Ladies and gentlemen, this is Check. I'm checking in, introducing, launching the anticipated moon maps. I'm super excited. Game-changing tool for anybody that trades the stock market. I want to first and foremost start off by saying I am a stock options day trader. I am not a salesman. I'm not here to sell a product. I'm here to introduce a product. All right. A tool. And moving on from that, Moon Map shows you where price wants to go and where it's likely to get stuck. Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? This is an institutional gamma flow visualized so you can kind of finally trade with precision. You know what I'm saying? Not hoping and wishing and guessing. If you ever chased a breakout that died instantly, Moon Map would have warned you. You would have seen that on the map. All right. A lot of us option traders, we use levels, which is great, but to see actually past that where we're gonna get stuck, we're gonna bounce, we're gonna pull to visually know where that is on a chart, on top of your strategy, on top of your charting, it's a game changer. I mean, this works with any strategy, anybody trading the stock market. It's not strategy specific. This is all about knowing where price likely will go, get stuck, or bounce from, literally. All right, so to explain what MoonMap is, MoonMap reads real option chain gamma and vanna to show magnets, walls, pins, and pressure zones. All right, it's pretty much a dealer's positioning tracker. Okay, it tells you the path of least resistance and the levels that defend or attract the price. Okay, when you know where the magnets and walls are, your trading becomes controlled, predictable, intentional. It's crazy, man. We can I'm gonna get into all of this up here, but what I mean by walls and pins and pressure zones, you can see a pin here. This would be another pin you got to pay attention to. This would be the moon level, or the moon zone is what we like to say. All right. This is what the net GEX would be, the gamma chart. The net VEX would be the vanna chart. Okay. So I'm not going to skip ahead too much, just to kind of let you guys know what the pins and walls are and magnets and etc. etc. Okay. So let's walk through this section here. Okay. So the spot price, this is a spot price. This is where its price currently is. Okay. The short float and earnings date. It's a quick fundamental context, so you know if catalysts. So you know if there's catalysts or squeezers matter today, right? So the squeezes would be short float percentage. If that short float percentage is over 20%, that's squeeze worthy. The earnings date, if the earnings date is close by, or in 2 weeks out, 1 week out, you might get some volatility. All right, so just knowing that information could boost your trading a little bit. Beta, the volume, average volume, this tells you volatility and liquidity. All right, so you know whether the ticker plays clean or sloppy. So whether the ticker plays clean or sloppy means this. All right, if the beta is in between 1.2, 1.8ish, you could say 2, 1.2 to 2, but I like to keep it 1.2 to 1.8. That's clean price movement. All right, that's clean. Anything under 1, you're gonna get not choppy, but you would say like it chops to where you're trying to take it. It's not gonna be the best. You're not gonna get $3-4 in one day. All right, and anything over 2, like 3, would be wild child area, where you get a lot of false breakouts. You'll get a lot of wicks, a lot of high volatility action. All right. The average volume is showing you the average volume of the stock, and the volume is showing you the volume for the previous day or today, live. Okay. The 1 year target and the 52-week high and low is macro positioning, and this tells you is the stock stretched or discounted. All right. So Wall Street, this is Wall Street's 1 year target estimate for Tesla. This is where they want to see it, 393. Okay. We can see we're way above that at 455. But the 52-week high being at 488 lets you know there is a little bit of room, but it's pretty much at that stretched out territory, where our 52-week low is 214. And if it was down there, then it would be more of a not stretched out, but discounted. Okay. And then the market cap 1.5 trillion. The PE, if you pay attention to PE, anything under 20, 25, that's like undervalued, and anything over 60 is overvalued. Okay. And between that, it's just like average. All right. So let's get into the chart a little bit. All right. So we have the GEX and VEX. Okay. GEX is gravity, VEX is wind. Let's put it like that. You know what I mean? So let's jump on a GEX, which is gamma exposure. Magnet levels pull price towards them, which is the positive. The red on the chart shows you the positive gamma. Okay. The purple is the highest positive gamma on the chart, where on the weekly or the nearest expiration we'll have a pin on the highest gamma on that. So if we get a purple strike, if we get a purple colored strike with the pin on this week's or the nearest expiration, that's high conviction that it's probably going to get pulled to that. All right. Not saying now this is not financial. I'm not saying, oh, you see, it's just going to pull to that. That's not what I'm saying, guys. But you play the chart along with this, your wins are going to come way more than losses. All right. So back to the GEX and gamma exposure. Wall levels repel price. If price is between two major GEX levels, expect chop until one side dominates. So let's just say, for example, if price was at 42.5 zone, it would be chop until 460 breaks or 465 breaks. Right now, you don't see that. So it's probably going to slide. Just looking at the chart, it could slide to 450 if it loses 455 resistance. I mean support. And then this is where you might want to see price start chopping and start bouncing from. Okay. This is how I would play the Tesla chart looking at the moon map for it. Okay. So the VEX vanna exposure, which is this side here, helps you understand directional pressure when volatility changes. Okay. VEX tells you where the wind is blowing when candles don't, right? So it's pretty much like when it's high volume, if you got news or just events, like the 10 a.m. news or things like that, man. Just high volume situations that kind of like drops volatility into the market. This is when that vanna comes super effective. Okay. So, and you can single each chart out if you want, just clicking these. I like to see them both at the same time. But and just to jump in a little bit more on the chart before I dive in deeper, for swing traders, next you can see, so we see 4 different expirations at the top here. Okay. The strike is going to be here. This shows you all the strikes, sells, whichever you want to call them. Then we have expiration here, expiration here, The red alarm on this expiration is identifying that particular expiration being OPEX expiration. All right, so that would be OPEX expiration. All right. So stocks like Tesla, heavy contracts, they take a little bit load. There's more data to load. Okay. All right, so these are further out expirations. As you can see, we can view the whole option chain. Okay, we can see show all strikes, and this shows you all the strikes. It'll be defaulted to show you the top 24, but again, you can see all the strikes in that chain that's available. Again, for all expirations. All right, guys, super crazy. Okay, so let's talk about pin levels. Let's go to the next here. Boom. Boom. All right, so next what I want to touch on is pin and moon levels. Okay, this will be the pin level. Both of these are pin levels, but this is our weekly pin. This will be the ultimate pin, the main pin. Okay, you have to respect both. So pin is the level market makers want price near. That's what the pin is. All right, it usually slows momentum when price gets near these pins. The moon level, which is this level here, the highest negative gamma on the option chain, that's going to show you the moon level. All right, Moon is the level with the strongest potential for an impulsive move. Okay, so when price is closer to the moon than pin, bias leans explosive. When price is closer to the pin than moon, expect stalls, reversals, and hesitation. I'm gonna repeat that. When price is closer to the moon than pin, bias leans explosive if that pin is holding support. If that moon is holding support, excuse me. When price is closer to the pin than moon, expect stalls, reversals, and hesitation because that pin is high resistance. It's heavy resistance. Understood? Now, walls and magnets, right? Magnets, positive GEX clusters. That's these right here. You'll see that show as red on our chart. Doesn't mean bearish. It's just that's just how I see it. Okay. All right. So the magnets, which is the positive GEX clusters, these attract price. Expect mean reversion pools. Okay. Walls, negative GEX clusters, which are these here, which we don't have much on this chart because you'll see it being like blue, like light blue or such, etc., etc. So the negative gamma on Tesla isn't high right now. Okay. But walls, negative GEX clusters, these block price. Strong walls equals strong rejection zones. Okay. So this will be a strong negative GEX 435. That is going to be ultimate support. Like if Tesla is just dumping and it reaches 435, like from now to next week, expect that to be strong support. But price can bounce from there. Okay. Now if price breaks that, expect 430, so forth and so forth. You go on your chart, you go on your strategy. Okay. Now, how to use the moon map with actual trading, right? I combine moon map magnets. I combine the moon levels with my chart, with my levels. Previous day high, previous day low, my ATR levels, whatever yours may be. Okay. That's how I use the moon map. All right. Moon map is your daily edge. Gamma does not lie. If you want cleaner entries, clearer targets, fewer stupid losses, this is the tool you want to use, guys. Okay. At the bottom here, we have a news tab where we can see the news from different sources, different reliable sources on the most important recent news. You can just click on here and then click on the link. It'll take you straight to it. All right. Let me see if there's anything I'm forgetting. Okay, so up here, I didn't mention too much, but we do see our sector that each stock will be in, and this is the industry. All right, I find that super helpful just for me. We can see other charts here. Let's look at some other charts here. Galaxy. Let me see if I can find a play with you guys. Super live. I viewed this earlier. Super effective. Guys, in the header as well, I didn't mention this earlier. We do have the pin and moon right here so you can see, just in case. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to just, I like to view the map because it's like that's why I call it a map, because you see the road. Like, and I'm gonna explain this right now. So this is Galaxy, guys. All right. It's been pumping, kind of like one of those entering one of those meme stock territories, right? If you would say, but you can see price is sitting right on that moon level. And you can see here, we don't have much resistance on the way to these pins up at 28 to 30, right? We have a pin here at 28. Then we have another weekly pin here at 30, okay? So seeing here, we have a wall here, that moon level. Price can really bounce from here. So my take on Galaxy would be, yo, if price holds 26, we can take that to 28. Breaks and holds over 28, we see in 30. Over 30 is tough. That's where I would probably trim my position completely, but definitely trim some at 28 and leave some runners for 30. Simple, guys. If it breaks below 25.5, you can try to take it down. But me personally, I'm just looking for upside. And that's how I view this chart. And that's how anybody can see anything they're searching. SPY, IWM, QQQ, any stock in the stock market. Okay. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll be releasing a series of videos. The next video, I'm gonna show you how I use these levels actually on a trading view chart and just how I zone them out. I use a 50 cent buffer on stocks above